Hello, all of you beautiful, willing spirits. So today, I'm going to do something a bit different. I'm going to share my own personal story with you, something that does scare me a lot, but something that I know I need to do as part of this process of making these videos to really push myself out of my comfort zone. So I am going to start with my childhood. So when I was young, I was diagnosed as being on the spectrum and with ADHD. I found my childhood pretty difficult and challenging. I did feel very misunderstood. I was, the naughty kid. And I just generally had quite a difficult time fitting in, really. The labels at the time did help. They helped to get me the right kind of treatment, medication that served me. But then as the years went by, from my teenage years up until 18, 19, 20, when I left for uni, I decided that I would stop this medication because it was numbing me, it was making me quite zombified. It helped me to fit into the schooling system, but not really to feel my emotions and move forward in an authentic and natural way. So I had my interest in mental health. That's my focus, is mental health and well-being. So I began my career when I was 22 in the mental health sector, and I did witness a lot of labeling, a lot of over-medicating, and this really made me want to I witnessed this for 6 years, the pathologizing and the medicalization, and so then I decided to switch to a holistic path. And this holistic path involved massage, it involved coaching, and then eventually I moved on to the astrology, which totally transformed my life. I moved onto a houseboat and I was just able to flourish and to really find my groove, to find my place in this world. So I'm really thankful for that experience. So moving on to the houseboat helped me to ground and appreciate nature so much more. I've always had such a connection to water and nature from young age. As this idea of the ADHD, I see it as an adaptation. So if I'm in nature, I'm really able to take in the energy and the peace and the tranquility, and that in turn really does help me to ground. So it was a godsend that I spent 3 years on a houseboat, but I was living in London and COVID happened, which then forced me to a town on the coast, and I moved over there accidentally. I say accidentally. I believe that the universe sent me to this lovely, beautiful, natural place so that I could grow and I could expand. And in that town, I began my astrology. And through the astrology, I started to realize that these labels that I was given when I was 6 years old, the autism, the ADHD, even a diagnosis of oppositional defiance disorder, were all just ways of me adapting. To my environment. So I was seeing mental health and well-being in a completely different way. I was becoming more embodied. I was spending hours out in nature. I was surrounding myself by the right kind of people, the people who loved me. And I started to feel this sense of just pure gratitude and, real connection to the divine, and this sense of oneness, this appreciation for those who saw into me, who respected and appreciated me for me. So I had this personal lived experience of mental health. Then I went and witnessed mental health at its most extreme in a psychiatric unit and as a support worker. Then I moved into holistic work, and now that feels like my calling. That feels like my true path to be guiding others, sharing my own experience. And this video is just so that others can feel that they got to follow their heart, really. You've got to follow your heart and take risks. You know, I feel like I am where I am now against all odds because I had people around me who cared for me, and I just kept improving and changing and growing, you know, by the day. And my best medicine is my time in nature and just learning to understand myself. I've created this business based on understanding yourself, and it really is the key to how you experience life, because as I've said before, your whole external world is a mirror of what's going on in the internal. So once I brought this awareness to my life, I could then use that experience to then boost myself up and also spread my message of spreading light and joy. So I'm just going to keep it short, this video. I don't want to talk for too long. It's just a brief timeline of my evolution, and the message here today is don't give up, believe in yourself, even if you're told you can't do something. If you feel good in the body about that, and if you feel you want to go and do it, if you feel called to do it, then I say go for it, because everything that I have done, the risks that I've taken, even if they didn't work out, I don't regret anything. I am exactly where I am supposed to be, and 3 years ago, 2 years ago, was exactly where I was supposed to be back then, even if it didn't feel fully aligned. We are constantly evolving and changing and growing, so it's just got to be all about faith and how you believe in yourself and those that you have around you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate you being here and taking the time to listen to what I've got to say, because my whole thing and my whole trauma and my fears around feeling seen and heard. So this is why I'm doing these videos. So I'd be so grateful if you could like it, subscribe and share if this resonates with you, and have a beautiful weekend, and so much love to all of you. Blessings.